Welcome back to Timberborn and our 10,000 beavers in a 100 videos challenge. And like I said before, this is out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So, as you can see, unfortunately I didn't get there in my biggest dam I've ever created. I was really close though to even attempt it. I only had like a little block of something like 6 left, as you see at the end of it. So I was really gutted. So we've got to deal with all this. Now obviously this is going to take a while, but on the flip side, well, this isn't any use anymore. I don't know why. I don't understand why that's doing it when there's no bad water even in the system. Because I say there's no bad water because this is empty. So to me, that's a bit of a failure of this because there's nothing in there. So how can it do anything? But anyway, well, I think there's no bad water in there. Doesn't look as if there's any bad water in there. Is it? Is that bad water? Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just moonlight. I get a bit panicky now because I'm thinking, is that red? Is that red? Clearly it was red because they were up, you know? So my idea did work. I couldn't tell when it worked on this one at all because within about 5 seconds it was just flooded with bad water. So I have no dirt. So, and obviously the 3,000, if you noticed, I was trying to get over there to get that. Obviously I didn't get the 3,000 either. Where's this going to travel? I'm just making sure that this isn't going to do any uppity stuff. Because obviously this down here, now this was flooded because, oh no, it was just sending it round here, wasn't it? So that's a no problem. The only trouble is how the hell am I going to shut these off? I can't really do it with photos. Now, I did say that zip lines were going to be something. I've got a lot to do. I can now, well, try and enable this. And at least start to get something, if you get what I mean. No, I will do that down to there. But we are getting it. See what I mean by there's so many hooks. You'd probably need about 10 cutters to be able to get this down into a decent amount of time. But I think now we should be able to. I've got 8. We are. I think what I could do is let's go for trees. No, let's go for crops. No, that's the wrong one. Let's go for trees and clear. So you've got 2 options. If you've not seen this before, you've got 2 options. You can obviously mark the resources for demolishing, and you won't get any resources back. Or you can go up to the trees and select this clear, as you can see, clear planting. So if I do this, what you won't see, you'll see this. Now you can see it just looks like an ordinary, you know, like the green and not dirt on it. As this is getting taken down, and obviously they can only get taken down when they're fully grown, which is. If someone who didn't have a button on here saying, I was just thinking that, take them earlier summer, and you only got half the amount of, you know, you'd only got 1 instead of 2. But anyway, that's a different story. Because I think in some games you do that. Anyway, they'll take this down, but they won't replenish that tree again, and then we'll get that we can get them to carrots. So that's the plan, because we've got our, shall we say, decent size. This is a decent size orc. I mean, what is the 2,000 there? 2,000 logs? 3,000 logs? I hate to think. I'm not going to count them. You know, you know, just not. Anyway, plant trees. We'll do the carrots here again. This, you know, can get to there anyway. I'm obviously now started to want to get this in. I can do this, and obviously he's going to come out of here and start filling this up. Now we don't know how far this goes, and I'm so glad I did that. That was a good catch. That's a block, and that's a good block. You ain't coming through here, Billy boy. There we go. So I think we'll be able to use all of this. Now there's the second one. I might not be able to get the second one in actually. I might not need it, but I'm just going to leave it there nonetheless. It just take a bit longer. Now obviously I'll see how it fills, and if it keeps filling it'll be good. I'll just get rid of it and not have it. You see what I mean? I need more beavers. I need more beavers. Will the beavers please stand up to the thing? Not to worry. We'll I'm just going to pause this and just fill this out like this, and then I'll decide what I want and how I want it and whatever else. So this is going to be potatoes. And the reason why is because obviously we got no power here. So we'll get the grill. Now we've got the logs now to be able to run this. And if we get the efficient, we can actually like run 2 if we really need to, but I don't think I need to. Because it's in here, I don't really need to get rid of it. Well, I won't build them, but I just wanted to show you what the plan was. We'll get rid of this. We don't need this. We don't need these. We don't need these. Sometimes it's just easy to put it down, and then you can sort of see what you wanted to see. Right. We'll get the efficient farm running first, and then we'll get our potato selection and wait till that's running, and then we don't really need to run this until the potatoes are actually running, but it doesn't really matter. This water tank serves 2 purposes. It does that, and it also stores water out of the way of anything else. So we'll, what was that? Is that going? Oh, it's only going boom boom soon. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. It's not gonna. It doesn't look as if it's gonna harm me. Well, wait a minute. Where's that going? Oh, that's that. That's the other one, isn't it? That's that one over there. Which we are. Oh, well, I'm not. I was. Getting to the stage of going to plug this. The thing is, would this be... This is what worries me. Is that going to be enough? See, this here, from here to here, is the only way the water can flow backwards. Would it be better to do one extra one, which then coats this in with it? Because it would just be down, so you get this. And obviously I'd have to go around there. I'm thinking of that. But I'm also thinking that I want to actually... I'm not using this yet anyway, so we'll see what the beavers come up with. Not exactly great, but it's obviously it's not as bad as what I have already had to do. That's okay. I can go around that way. Don't really care. If I'd have known, really, I could have probably prevented this earlier on. It still would have made much of a difference because of this. So, filling this in some respects, you could argue, well, it's pointless because you know when a bad tide's going to come, these are going to go. And the only way to do, I assume, is to dig them out. I don't think you can blow them up. I assume you could dig them out. I assume they're not permanent like a mine that you can't do anything with. Or that's going to be really frustrating. But it is going down, as we can see. As we know, it was right the way up here not so long ago. So it is, you know, participation after a period of time. It will go, which is always nice. At least we didn't kill ourselves. That would have been embarrassing. Well, it would have been more. It would have been worse than embarrassing. It would have been more of annoying than anything else. Because obviously I've not played this map, so I don't know what to expect. Well, you don't know what to expect. You're you know, you could argue you're playing with the gods. Because you just don't know, do you? Tree crops, carrots. Now I suppose potatoes would have been better here than the carrot. But we can do swappies. We can do swappies later on. Swappies. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I can only get that one in there anyway, so copy that. I mean, it's a lot of logs anyway, so it's, you know, there's a lot to for them to cut down. The more that they can cut down, the faster we can get the logs in. The faster I can start looking at other things. How many of these? I've got none. That's a bit of an issue. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll pause the berries. Does that allow us to? Yes, it does. Right, we get 2 in there. Because I can't do any planks. I've got nothing to nothing to make the planks with. No beavers to make the planks with. Progress has definitely been made. Joke aside. It would be nice though. Obviously, I've got this here, and I spent the money on it, and have not actually been able to do anything with it at this precise moment. And they can actually build that, though. They can build all of that. I just have to... I just have to find a way to... Oh, how I like just to go over here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Well, at least this is going to tell me whether the wall's going to work or the wall's not going to work. And if it doesn't, I can always make it larger. Because it should flood up and flood out and flood out and flood out, and hopefully, well, we had 1 day, you know. Ay. This was just traumatic. Oh, I've got a space there. I was gonna oh, here we go. Let's have another nosy, see how we do. Let's have a look at the car going. It did feel slightly anticlimactic. Where else is it going then? If it's not staying in there, where's it going? It cannot stay in there. I can't look under the map. I want to look under the map. Well, I don't know then. I have no idea. I thought that would have overflowed by now, but apparently it's not. So let's not worry about our little thing there. 2 days to the bad. Can't do much with that. How have we done with this? We've done... oh, we've always done something. Now, this could go catastrophically wrong. Although I don't think it'll flow over there, and I certainly don't think it'll flow into here, even if it does go catastrophically wrong. But we'll find out. We'll certainly find out before the end of this. And we can keep an eye on our situation here, where obviously I've got no bad type situation there. I was starting this, wasn't I? I knew I was doing something, and then I got sidetracked because of other things. Is that a 2? No, that's a 1. That means that's a 1. We'll get this started. I'm building that because obviously I need to get over there to walk. That should be paused. That's the one I wanted to pause because this is built. I won't be able to get around and build the engine. Now, obviously, they are, shall we say, quite far away. That's another thing. How the bloody hell am I going to get them in there? That gets over there. That's still paused anyway. That's not paused, but I think they'll be able to still build this. Obviously, then I've got to get it in there this way. Actually, let's just go over one and delete this. Doesn't really matter, like. And then put the well, that does. They're gonna have to go up there and around. So they'll slide themselves up there. This obviously will go, and then we've got dirt coming. Or we will have dirt coming in the... Oh, nothing's in range. What's wrong? Oh, it's in. That's why. Right. Come on. Cut the trees, cut the trees, cut the trees. Cut the trees. To tweeze, to tweeze. Cut the trees. No need to cut these trees, because they're all dead anyway. There isn't any trees in there, is there? Because I've got rid of them. Definitely no trees in there. We've got 0.6 of a day for the bad tide to start, and the dam of dams is running. I've fully enjoyed this playthrough so far, but it's been a bit traumatic here and there. Oh, I'm so glad I noticed that, because that would have been just... Oh. Well, it's not so much noticing. Well, it is noticing, but it's also just like, what are they for? Why are they, you know? And then obviously I selected them. I selected them before, but I didn't really read it. And then I realised I assumed that if you block off the bad tide getting to them, then it wouldn't run. But no. It just goes bad tide and it doesn't even matter. Which is a bit of a problem. Why is that? Why is that not building first? I want this first. Yeah, see, we've got enough. We've got enough area to basically potato up all of this. It's not a bad size, but then that's another one to our bow. Right, let's have a look, my friends. There's a spread up. Right, here we go. Is it coming up? Can we see it? I don't want to. I've got 2 days. It must be coming up. Yeah, you see, it's gushing out on these there. Oh. Well, I never. Well, oh. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Is that going to overflow? No, it's not. The damn hole. Get me signed up, boys, to make design dams. I am the connoisseur of dam creation. Wow, that is absolutely chucking bad water. Look at that. Unbelievable, the bad water on this. Unbelievable. You must be able to take them out. So, if I can get in the next couple of videos to take these out, it'll be better, and take it out just this one, and then we'll have all this area as well. Obviously this like I said before, this one and this one are going to be the 2000. We haven't hardly got anywhere near it yet. All the hassle I've had to be able to, so we don't die early on. This is like Oasis, but in a completely different way. I am quite happy with that though, because I didn't think that would work. Damn creation. But it's certainly just barely. I can imagine the amount of hassle that is for the shaders and things to just get that all. But it's absolutely, it must be chucking this out. Yeah, it's absolutely. Ooh, that's quite high as well. That is very high. Woo-hoo-hoo. Could you imagine? Well, I tell you what. I don't know whether we can do it. 600. Look at that. 500 power in a wheel. It's when it doesn't wreck it. 830 off a wheel. I've never seen that much off a wheel. Oh, but Jesus. Rotate. 880 off a flipping wheel. Only, what, 100 shy, well, less than that in some respects, of a 1,000 off a wheel. Off a flipping wheel. Jeez. Anyway. It'll be okay once I get this sorted. And then we get this filled in. We'll only still have to deal with this though. So I'm still gonna have to deal with these two. That's why I need explosives, I think. And then what's probably gonna happen, I suspect, I may be wrong, because if that's in the game, you're very rarely going to be able to get around it. I suppose in a way that I could blast down and join it under this circumstance here and cut it off, and then it wouldn't do that. But that's going to be a nightmare one, because I'd have to just box it in and send it around. The developers think they're having a funny game. Yeah, you see what I mean? Look at that. That's red. That's definitely red. That's definitely not red, though. Yeah, look at that. Bon voyage. Bon favor. Unfortunately, though, I can't get that to work. No, I can. This should pump water and then send it into these bad waters. We got points such and such left when it's decided to actually do something. But sorry about that. I had to sort of work out like all this absolute freaking nightmare. See, when that gets filled, this will run back into its natural state, which means this won't get filled and these will perfectly fine. But I still think I'm going to have to do something with them. Once I can get these out, right, so these are going to stop. There we go. So they've stopped. That's stopped. That's still not stopped. But now it's just gone back. And now the water should be slowing itself down when it looks as if it's not slowing itself down. Is that a heat? Was that a heat? No. Is that a heat? It's a water heat. Yeah, so every water heap, well, that I can find so far, yeah, it's still on. And this should be chucking the bad water in here somewhere. Well, that's the idea of it. Yeah, so if you're ever playing this, be very careful that you don't forget to do something like that. It's a pain, but the developers do like a laugh with you. See, I remember that, like I said, from the Oasis playthrough. So that's how come I know about it. But I wasn't obviously sure about this one. But then I was right though. What was the point with it? If it's going to flow, if these are drains and they're going to chuck out the old bad water, it's going to be pointless. Now most of this bad water is going. It's getting down, not fast enough, like, but still. it's going to have at least a cycle to take out. Oh, well, I don't know about that one, but certainly this one. But the trouble is with this one, this is more of water-based, isn't it? There's going to be quite a lot of water in there, but I'm still going to have to blast up. I've got 4 bad water, and there's still... No. Bad water looks like bad water. That doesn't look like bad water. That looks like not bad. It's still on, so it must be still... And what would be nice... Usage 2. What would be nice... Measurement 2%. Oh, there we go. So it's at 2% bad water then. And nothing in range. Let's have a look at this. Oh, we're ready. Are we ready? No, we're ready. We are ready, but we're not ready. No flipping water, though. Why have I got no water? Oh, well, I've got no water because they're... This is severely taking up all my water. Right. Plant... Potatoes. I got no workers in. I got no workers, Jimmy. I got 15. I'm going to start adding another couple here. Did I start building this? Yes, I did. And then we can obviously start getting this running. So we, certainly in the next video, got to get power going. We're going to get the dirt excavator going, which will allow us to do decide how we want the look of our, how the look of these. Obviously, these are have to go bigger. This isn't too bad in that respect, because obviously I can make it. But obviously then I've got to do something. I'm going to have to do something with this water then. It's still nothing in range. Yeah. Oh, that's that one's. Yeah, because we put these. I can turn these off then now. I could get them, but I'm not really that much worried. How are we doing? Ooh. Jim. Sorry. You see something, but you don't see it. It's there, but I can't see it. Oh, that's a pain in the you-know-whats. Well, or is it though? Oh no, it's fine. I think it's fine actually. I think that is actually fine. I was thinking that was it, and it was gonna not work. Now I realised it will work. Good. I mean, I could get that all filled in when the things come back anyway, so it's not a problem. And I might then be able to get them trees out of the way. We're not doing too bad. We got these here. I mean, that's holding back quite a bit of. Ooh, look at this! It's almost out but it's still going to have a problem here. Certainly in the next video we'll be okay for you know, to, like I said, I want to use this. Well, I'd like to wait to see. Oh, there we go. There it's gone again. I'd like to know this is going to be perfectly fine for the bad water. I don't know whether all do it or just some of them do it. But it looks to me as if they're all doing it. But if they're all doing it, I could do the same here. And technically, you should be able to automate that process. Ah, there we go. 0. Turn off. Don't need anything. Can't do anything. So my little, I would say a little hack, but a little thing works a brilliantos. I obviously can't go in there until it's empty. That's why I was going to blow it up and do a ring to there. Oh, there we go. Build this, thank you very much. 5, 7. Right, let's concentrate on a few little niceties for them. Because I don't think they've got any. Let's have a shower. The light there. And then who wants to smell when your lady's around? You know? We've got the we got a couple of lanterns we can do. Ooh, I could do the where's the shrubs? Shrubby. Let's have a couple of shrubs in the mix. I know that's going to cost us like 10 logs, but I think I have to worry too much about the logs at 1200 so far. Then we'll obviously this is going to go down, but it's just going to look they'll like this sort of thing. Let's get a lantern in. That always looks good. We could have a shrub there. We could give them a bench, or well, the thingy is a bit expensive though. I think the contemplation post is somewhere. Yeah, that's only a ton. Let's get that in. That's another one. It's best when the high walking, and obviously the housing and that is, well, where they are. So that should get us a little bit higher. Yeah, see, the wet fur is not really doing us justice. Hunger and thirst, they're all quite on the old thirsty front. Right, plant crops. How are we doing with here? I think we're doing okay. And let's start the process of clearing the next 3. Actually, there's 3 of these, isn't there? Look at them 3. Probably don't need all 3, to be honest with you. Yeah, we got the bar in there. I could do a builder slot as well. And obviously that would help with the, pushing things like this out. But it's doing well. I've got no... do I turn at least 2 off? Because I've got that one up there. Yeah, let's turn 2 off. Keeping that. And let's see if this spurs on the grill. Yes, it does. So we're very close then. I got 4 bad were out of that. Was that going? Yes, it was. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. Everything is... After the butt clenching thing here, we've stopped the tide, sort of thing. They're not really... Why are they not doing that then? And then we'll stop that. Obviously this is our excavator, which is all slowly coming together. Did I turn off? No, I didn't turn off. I'd love to have more in here, but I don't think I've got a chance to have more in there. To get more cutting. Because we need the logs. Now also, what I might do is before I take all of this down, I'll take them off the cutting, build a tapper shack, get the resin, I don't know, 600 maybe, 700, something like that. Might even be more, I don't know. And then I can use that for a while. I've not had that before. A gate. What is that then? No. Don't know what it's for. And I'll redesign this to move this one over to here. We're still on the berries, but obviously we just have to wait to get this in. Why are they doing that? I suspect. Why is that not? Are they just pulled these up then? No, they can't pull them up because I can't see any tatties on the list. Tatties. Get me some tatters. Water's in a bit of a quandary though. So, yeah, this is the slight annoyance with we only have the small water pump, and you just cannot. Oh, that's what am I on about? That's the iron teeth, isn't it? Just ignore me. Yeah, so this is why I want the because obviously we can pump the large water, and it will just absolutely just, well, it could suck that dry. Although it's supposed to come out with quite a lot. Yeah, so that's the percentage measurement then. Now I know how that works. I wasn't really sure how that worked. This is taking slightly long time. How far is that down from nothing? Well, one has a cunning plan. One has a plan. Why doesn't one get a crap load of bad water and suck it dry? There's nothing wrong with. No, I'm going to stop there. Yeah. Because I can get down to it. We're not going to lose this anymore. I need this to be cleared before we can use it for any sort of means. And then obviously I'll change it like that one. And then if it does change, we can always fiddle with that. Explosives are definitely going to be something that we're going to have to. Which is the closest one apart from that one? Well, apart from the one I haven't, ones I haven't used. That's what I mean. There's one there. You see, there you go. You see, flipping bad water in. Although it's not killing anything. We can't do anything with them though. With the seeps, I don't think we can. That's not true. I think I could build a rectangle around it and basically cap it, but that's it. I can't uncap it, if you get what I mean. Because we used to get a way to cap these things. But I can't see a way to cap them anymore. Unless it comes in. No, you see, it doesn't come in landscaping then. Maybe you can't do them anymore. Maybe I should. I'll have to load up an old pre-1 and work out where everything is. Well, the trouble is, it won't, or would I? Well, I know I can select and say go back to update 7 or something like that. Back to the experimental. Well, I think you can. You used to be, you would used to be able to. Let's just have this line straight and demolish that. Nope, not that. Get rid of that. That looks a bit better. Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, right. So what I was saying that I can't find any more the geo engines cross. The closest one I can find on this section here is that one. I think we've got one there. There is no more. Apart from one there, but I don't really trust that. And it would be nice to fill that in and get that back to water. There we go. Actually, I should put this in here. The reason why is then they can walk out and go that way. That's a bit better. I still not got no flipping grill. And now they're damn. 5. I'm gonna need at least in the 30s, aren't I? Food situation is, well, as a food situation is stable, but it's not stable at all. Clearly, it's just terrible. Right, how are we doing? How are we doing with this? We are. I don't particularly want that to be built. Or do I? No, I don't want that to be built. I want this to be built. And this to be built. That's better. And this. That's it. And this. Which then obviously will allow the geo to be built. Planks? Planks. Yes, we got planks going. That's fine. Water's coming back in. I'd like to get more water storage at 400, but the bigger one. I'd be a lot happier than what we've got here. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. And we are pumping 4. But like I said, I'm going to need the treated planks to pump even more water, which means I need the tapper shack, which means I need to not cut this section down as well. That's fine. Although, actually saying that though, remember, we're going to need 3 planks, and we're going to need some metal, which we've only got 13, because I only allowed that. So, it's not a fast process is this, but we still need to get this, well, in fact, actually, actually thinking about that, there's the tapper shack. Detach me shack. I'm not using this, so I can delete it. What I'm going to do is clear a section like that. This then will grow, because this is the resin. I'm going to get, I think it's only a 4. Where are we? 57 minutes anyway. Flip this. Yep. I know it cost me a pretty penny. But we got gears and logs, and then obviously by the time this is ready, hopefully this will be ready, and we should be able to start getting some resin. And that's great, because you can't get the resin from the oaks. Oh, hell's fire. I didn't want that to be built. I didn't want that to be built. I didn't want that to be built either. I'm going to have to get rid of that now. It's going to have to be built backwards. This can be built. And this can be built. That's not the problem. But I can't have this built, and I can't have this built. Oh, I can't have that built. Okay. No. Because they need to walk around here. Sometimes it's just best to delete what you've just put in, so you can see, so you don't accidentally build it. And then obviously they'll be able to build, we'll stop there. That's fine, and that's fine. That's fine, because they can get around to do this. But they don't think they can reach. Yes, they can reach that, because they can reach it from there, because that's a diagonal. So they should be able to build this. Build the dirt excavator. That'll then allow us to start putting things together. The these where we're going to put everything. Like I said, I'm going to start up here because this is not the worst one out of the lot of them. I wonder if some are bad and some are not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. How are we doing? We only have a couple more to be able to need to... Well, in fact, actually, because when that'll increase, it might flow over this one. And then that'll stop that. At least that'll reroute that to... Or reroute, sorry, not reroute. That'll reroute to another place. And then we'll see how we go. So that's not too bad. This is 3/4 the way out. It's so frustrating. I haven't got the beavers to be able to build, to be able to even get that. Anyway, let's have our out. We know this works. The dam from the dam from Dam Busters. How about that? The greatest dam I've ever built, and our little teeny dam. They worked beautifully. Eventually, the first time it didn't. That's why we had all the bad water in here. But I was trying. I only needed 6 of them. Remember, there was 1,000 logs we needed just to build that. Anyway, this works. We now have got our nice bit of logs coming in. That's a couple of thousand there at least, probably. Food is coming in, so we're going to get our second food, which is great. Which is obviously going to boost them up. I've started a little bit of boosting things here, but I haven't forced them to make it as of yet. But they will when they see fit to, which will obviously boost our well-being. We've got the campfire. I could do a couple of roof terraces as well, probably. I would be interested in doing the Spaddock. Because remember, the Spaddock uses that, but it also uses the grill. As well as the chestnuts uses the grill, but whether we'll get there the chestnuts, I don't know. We probably should do. But we need another farming place to do them. Like this one. This one here would be absolutely fantastic. Which, there's one there. There's also one here, which would be good as well. It's not really that great, is it? But that's where I think that's where oh no, it's this one that's going to happen. So there is one here, but I'd rather keep it away because we want to expand that way. So everything is now expanding and going better. That's all I'll say. It's been a process, but that process is starting to take heed. And obviously we're now going for our first dirt excavator, which needs 200, but this will give us 400. So we still got the 200 left. And this is actually started to get built as well. Do I change the direction of that, though? It doesn't matter. I was just thinking, do I change the direction of that? Because I'm trying to think of how much power treated planks need. Where is she? She's there. 250. But that takes 200 itself, so it's still 50 beds. So I'm going to have to find somewhere else to... I can obviously do my own and do it this way, but it's quite nice to use the... the engines, and I don't have to worry about anything. But the zip lines are going to come in, hopefully, in the next one as well, and we'll get that in. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that, and please come again. Please, obviously, says like and subscribe. And if you've got any advice or you want to know anything, I'll try my best to put it in the comments, and you can always say hello. And I do my best to get back as soon as I can on them. And yeah, take care. We will see you again soon. Bye for now.